It remains Britain's biggest ever protest, when in February 2003 over 1 million people marched against the war in Iraq. The government didn't listen. They waged a war still reverberating today. It was in this hall that Stop the War Coalition was founded in 2001, a decade on from the Million-Man March, and on the eve of the 10-year anniversary of the Iraq War, Stop the War is back here discussing old and new conflicts.
Think of all those that died in Afghanistan, the soldiers, the civilians. Think of the poverty that was there and the poverty that is worse. Think of the drone aircraft that are used routinely to strafe and kill people in villages on the borders. Think of the First World waging war against the poorest people in one of the poorest countries on earth. The same thing happened in Iraq. The same thing happened in Libya. The same thing is now happening in North Africa.
Things are arguably more complex today as national, regional and international politics play out in the different conflicts taking place, from Afghanistan and Iraq to Mali and Syria to the threats of war against Iran. The West is involved in each one differently, from direct military action to indirect interference. This conference made clear opposing that doesn't mean supporting oppression.
These wars are effectively imperial wars, backed and waged by the world's only global empire, the United States. One has to understand that fact.
Also in attendance were a team of firefighters from the West Bank, who received a rapturous welcome.
Here in this conference, we share listening about a lot of speech from different sense against the war. And we are a people from our country also, we against the war. We looking for the peaceful for all the people in the world.
Meanwhile, the Palestinian Authority's representative to the UK got the biggest applause of the day.
Everybody talks about the regional conflict, about the destabilization of the Arab world, about the Arab Spring. They call it Arab Spring, they call it revolution, what have you. One constant factor destabilizes the region, i.e., is the non-solution of the Palestinian-Israeli conflict.
This event reflects a complex and multifaceted picture. The Iraq War is a decade old, other conflicts go back decades more, and of course there's a likelihood that another war is around the corner. All that means vocal opposition like this is more important than ever. Nargis Mawalaghi, Press TV, London.